Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? Hope that you'll be enjoying my lectures. So today we are going to start a new topic, and that is multiplication and division of algebraic expressions. It is very easy, just as we did it in uh, addition and subtraction. There was no problem in addition and subtraction, and so does it in the multiplication and division. So to start with the exercise, or to give you some examples, I just write here 3xyz. You see that this 3 is being multiplied with x, y multiplied with z. So in fact, what is it written is 3 multiplied by x multiplied by y multiplied by z. And in short, what we have written is 3xyz. So there is no difference between this term and this term. We have just abolished these multiplication signs from here, and we have written it like this. So if you see any multiplication sign in between, you just have to write it like this. Similarly, if this is written like this, now what does it mean? It means that there are 2x, 1x multiplied by another x and then y. So as I told you earlier, that you see the bases are same over here, variables are same, bases are same, whatsoever you call it, and indices. Now indices can be added together when there is a multiplication sign in between them and the bases are same or the variables are same. You can add the indices. Now what does it mean? That x and x, you can write it as 1x, and 1 plus 1 is, and similarly you can write y over here, so it will become again x square y. Now for division, if you are given with like this, now what does it mean? It means that 2a is being divided by 4. Now you see, just like multiplication signs, we abolished them. Similarly, we abolished division sign and we write it like this now. So there are few examples we are going to do today. These are worked examples. Well, to tell you that to remind you what are we doing is this book. And we are doing work examples, page number 31, unit 1, making sense of algebra, that is chapter number 2. So number A, work example A is 4 multiplied by 3x. Now what has he asked about us from us is, he has asked that insert the multiplication sign missing multiplication sign and then write it in the simplest form. Now you see that uh, here the multiplication sign, number one is, now this is not x, as I told you that x sometimes mix up with the multiplication sign. So these are very simple, similar to each other. So I just write it with another color. You see that now this is 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by x. Now he has asked us to write it in where the multiplication sign is missing, or we have abolished it for some reasons, and now it will become 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by x. In computer language, sometimes what we do is we put asterisk instead of multiplication sign. This is in computer language, not here. So I have put asterisk over here to just tell you that this x will not mix up with this multiplication sign. So that was the one very big reason to abolish the multiplication sign. So what is the answer now? You can write it in other color if you don't want to put asterisk over here. So it will become 4 multiplied 3 is 12 and it will become 12x. So it was very simple. Again, there is part B and 4x multiplied by 3y. Part B, 4x multiplied by 3y. Again, you see that one multiplication sign is given over here, and we have to insert the multiplication sign again. So what I do here is 4x, and this is the given sign, and 3 and y. So I have to insert these multiplication signs. So these multiplication signs are missing over here. In fact, these were abolished. Now this sign can also be abolished. It can be written as, but uh, since it is y, this is x, so we have to write the multiplication sign. So it is 4 multiplied by 3. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Now this x is going to multiply with this y. So we have to write them together. Not like the addition or subtraction. Now these are, you see that these are the different variables, but these can be multiplied together and they will be written as their separate items. Now x is written as x, y is written as y, but they are being multiplied over here. You see that these are multiplied over here, just as the coefficients are multiplied. Next question, 4ab multiplied to bc. 4ab multiplied to bc. Now again what we write here is 4a b and the given sign multiplied to b c. Now we have to insert again the multiplication sign which is missing over here. Now you see that we have inserted 4 multiplication signs. So what will it become? Now you see that this A, can you find A over here? No. B, yes, there is one B over here, and C, we cannot find C over here. So what will be the method of writing? First of all, what will we do? We'll multiply 4 with 2, that means we'll multiply coefficient with coefficient. Now it will become 8. A, is there any A over here? No. Write it as it is. B, yes, we find a B over here. So what does it mean? That bases are same and indices are 1 for both. So the both indices will be added together. So B multiplied by B will become B square. You see that B multiplied by B. Now B 1 plus 1, it will come B square. And C is here but no here. So it will become 8A square B square. 8A B square C. There is the last example of multiplication D. D is 7x multiplied by, now this is given multiplication sign 4 by z, 4 by z multiplied 3. It is again very simple. We'll insert the missing signs first. Now this is given by z and this is also given. But don't confuse with this multiplication sign with this x sign variable. This is, and here we have, and here we have to insert the multiplication sign. Now first of all what we have to do is we'll multiply the coefficients or if there is any constant over there. So 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, 12 multiplied by 7 is 84. Or you can do it from this side, you can do it from this side, you can do it from this side, no problem. 7 multiplied by 4, 28, 24 multiplied by 3 is again 84. 28 multiplied by 3, 84, and similarly 12 multiplied by 7, 84. So what we will have to write is, here is, you see that the coefficient, now this is coefficient over here, this is coefficient over here, but we are multiplying it with one constant over here. Now you see that there is no variable over here, but even then we are going to multiply this 3 with this coefficient and this coefficient. So remember that the coefficient can be multiplied with a constant also. Now for the variables, what we have to do with the variables, now you see that we have x over here, we don't have x, we don't have x, we don't have x. We have y over here, we don't have y over here, we don't have y over here. So what we do is we write x y, z, because all carry one index 1, index 1, 1. So it will be written as 84xyz. Now for the work examples of division. Now, for example, division. A, what is it? 12x divided by 3. 12x divided by 3. Now, how will we divide it, or see what the author is asking us about? Divide both top and bottom by 3, making the numerator and denominator smaller so that fraction is in simpler form cancelling. Now what we do is we will adopt a procedure which is called cancelling. In fact, what is cancelling? Now you see that this is denominator, this is numerator, and the smaller one is denominator here. So what we do is here is we will, in fact, what will we do? We divide it with 3. You see that denominator when divided by 3, what will it become? 3 1 times 3. 3 1 times 3. And if we divide 12 with 3, it will become 4. You see that 12 is divisible by 3. 3 is divisible by 3. So what will we do? We divide 3 with 3. We divide 12 with 3. Or in its simpler form, what will we do? That we just cancel 3 1 times 3, 3 1 times 3, and 3 4 times 12. So what will be the answer? Here is 4x. Simple, 4x. We have just divided 3, or in very simpler form, that we divided 12 with 3. We divided 12 with 3 and answer is 4 over here. So what will we now? Here it is 1. If I write it divided by 1, so this was 1 over here. So there is no need of writing 1 over here and the fraction sign. So it will become 4x. 4x only. Very similar example, and that is the 12xy and divided by 3x. Now you see that same is the case over here. So just do it like this: 3 4 times 3 4 times 12, and x times. So what will be the answer over here? 4y divided by 1 again. So we don't have to write the fraction sign and 1 over here. So this x is divided by this 3 has been divided by 12. This 12 is divided by 3. There is one more thing you can just see with for your knowledge, that you see that this is 12 and this is x. Now if we bring this x over here, now this carries one index. If we bring this x over here, it will become -1. And now this is y over here. So you see that what will it become? 12x0y divided by 3. Now this will become 4, and anything raised to power 0 is 1. So it will again become 4y. Anything raised to power 0 is 1. I have told you this many times. So this is much more easier than this one. You may have to come across with this also in later stage. 7xy divided by 7xy divided by c 7xy divided by 70y. Now, as I told you, we'll find the smaller thing, which is in the denominator. Here it was also in denominator, here it was also in denominator, but the smaller number is in the numerator now. So 7 1 times 7, we'll just do it in our mind. 7 1 times 7 and 7 10 times 70. So just start writing over here 7 1 times 7 and 7 10 times. You can just cross and write here also. There is no restriction that you cannot write over here. You can write it here like this: 7 1 times 7 and 7 10 times. Now this is crossing this, just like this one or this one. You see what is the outcome now? We have left over here is only x, 1x. So we need not to write 1 divided by 10. So nothing is left over here because y has been crossed with this or cancelled with this. There is only 10 left, and here x and 1. So we need not to write 1 over here. So it will become x upon 10. Now dear students, only one example is left, and that is D, and that is very easy also, and let me do it for you, and easy, and that is 2x divided by 3. 2x divided by 3, and a given sign is multiplication over here. 4x divided by 2. Now two methods are given in your book. So let us proceed for method number 1, which is given in your book, and it has been asked to us to insert the missing symbols. Now in fact there are two missing symbols over here. Two missing symbols. One, the multiplication symbol, and second one is the division symbol. In your book only multiplication sign has been inserted, but even then I tell you that since it is asked to us to insert the missing symbols, what we do, since there are two sign missing, here it is x missing, here it is multiplication sign is missing, and here it is division sign is missing. So what we do, in your book only one multiplication sign has been inserted, division sign has been ignored. So for your knowledge, I may tell you that it is like this, 3, then it is given 4x and 2. This is for your sake of your knowledge only. Now here it is multiplication sign, here it is multiplication sign again, and it is division sign over here, division sign over here. But if you do it like this, you will be very well confused and very much confused. So just ignore this all. Ignore this all line. So that's why in your book only the multiplication signs have been inserted. So what we do is we write 2x and this is given 4x, and this will be one line now, one line instead of these two lines, because this is multiplication sign, and 3 and 2. So we write here 3 under this fraction and 2 under this fraction almost. So we write missing sign, missing sign and missing. In fact, this was also the missing sign, but we have ignored it just to avoid the confusion. So what is the outcome over here now? 2 multiplied by 4. 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. X multiplied by x is x here. And 2 3s are 6. Now we have to find a number in common which can divide 6, which can divide 4. Now we have to find a number, a common number, which can divide 6 as well, which can divide 8 as well. So there is a number, and that is 2, which can divide 6, which can divide 8, both at the same time. The number will not change in denominator and in numerator. It will remain. Once you have selected the number, it cannot be changed. Now we have selected a number, that is 2. You can see that 2 can divide 6 3 times and 2 can divide 8 4 times. Now it will become 2 3s are 6 and 2 4s are 8. Now what will become? 4x here divided by 3. Now the other method, and the other method is cancel first then multiply. Now it was multiply first then cancel, and in the next part we are going to cancel first and then multiply. It is the same, 2x divided by 3 multiplied by 4x divided by 2. So we have to cancel first. Now this 2 can also cancel 4. This 2 can also cancel 2 over here, because there is a multiplication sign over here. Let me remove this 3 from here. It is confusing you. This 2 can also cancel 2. This 2 can also cancel 4. But since you have used it once, you cannot use it twice. Either you cancel 2 with this 2, or you cancel 2 with this 4. It is much more easier to cancel this 2 with this 2, because it is the same quantity. So the answer will again become 4x squared divided by 3. And if you cancel, let me do it in other way. If you cancel it like this, no matter, it is your own sweet will. Cancel it like 2. Now you cannot cancel it because 1 has remain over here, and now you cannot cancel it. Right? So it will become again 4x squared divided by 3. So you see, same answer here, and that was the same answer over here which I drafted. So dear students, I hope you have learned multiplication and division, and you will try it by yourself. But I think that there are some things which have to be clear to you. So in the next lecture we will be doing the exercise, and that is exercise 2.4. So it's time to say you goodbye. Allah Hafiz.